Arlo is the only company that I'm aware of that has a 3000 lumen light built around a 2K camera. In this video today, we're going to take a look to see how bright that light actually is and how good the camera quality is. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Steve from the YouTube channel Steve Does, and I want to thank you for joining me here at reviews.org. So I have done quite a lot of reviews on Arlo cameras, not only here on this channel, but also on my own channel. And from what I'm used to for Arlo cameras is they've got this tiny little spotlight on the top of the camera. Now that spotlight was revolutionary when they came out with it. A spotlight on a camera just blew me away. It was decently bright for something that was so small, but Arlo has come out with a new beast of a floodlight. This is what we're going to be taking a look at today. The Arlo Pro 3, that's their 2K camera, Floodlight Camera. Now this thing is supposed to have up to 3000 lumens. Now when I say up to, it is because you have to have it plugged in to get those 3000. If you don't have it plugged in and you're just running off the battery, you're only going to get 2000 lumens. Still very impressive. If we take a look at some of the features on the box, we see that it's got a 160-degree viewing angle. It's got the rechargeable battery. We've got colored night vision. This light is so bright, we're going to get some awesome colors from this light. We've got the standard two-way audio. We've got the 2K HDR video that it's going to be recording in. We've got a built-in siren, and then we've also got multiple power options. Now taking a look at the side of the box, we see that we can connect from anywhere. We've got live view, global access. So no matter where you are, you can dial into your cameras and take a look at what's going on. Multi-user access, so you can give access to other people. And if you want, you can limit the access to certain cameras. We've also got an expandable system, so you can add more cameras into the system here and voice control. If we take a look at the very bottom, we can see down here it mentions Arlo Smart Service. Now that is their cloud storage service. We flip to the other side of the box, we can see what the Arlo Smart includes. So this is their paid subscription, so you do need to have this if you want these features. But the features include advanced AI identifies objects that matter. So you're going to be able to distinguish things like people, packages, vehicles, or animals, and only get alerts for the things that you want to. I found that to be a really nice feature. We've also got E911 that helps handle emergencies. We've also got activity zones, rich notifications, and then we've also got the cloud storage. Okay, so now that we have seen the features of what this camera can do, let's take a look at what comes in the box. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos like this one. With that said, let's get started. So Arlo does really good at keeping their cameras front and center when you open up the box here. So we're going to take a look, see if they did that this time with this camera right here. Yep, there it is. We get to see the camera first thing. So I love how they do that with their boxing. Here is the camera. Look at those lights on the side of that thing. And not only that, oh my goodness, look how deep this thing goes. Look how big this camera is. This thing is huge. I cannot believe how deep that is. I mean, I'm assuming it's because there's such a big battery in here for these lights, but that thing is impressive right there. We've got a different kind of mount on the back here. So this one, I don't know if we can take this one off. It doesn't look like we can. So we're just going to have to loosen up this screw, probably get this part mounted right here and then mount this guy up. But that is the camera right there. We've got our magnetic charging on the bottom, so I love that. Let's see here. If we push this, what comes out? Oh, the whole thing comes out. Okay, so you can take that out. Okay, there's the battery right there. So the battery is deeper than the previous model. So if you're looking at the Pro 3 or the Ultra, looks like this battery is going to be quite a bit bigger, but you can take the battery out. That is nice that you can do that. There are all the guts inside. Put that in to lock it. So there's the camera right there. Let's see what else comes in the box. All right, so it does come with some paperwork. You can see here, we got some paperwork there. Here is the massive battery. So this battery is what's going to go inside. Let's see if we can see. Yeah, this is 13,000 milliamps. So that is huge right there. So that is the battery that will go inside. We'll start charging that up soon. We've got a wall mount with cable right here. Now, something that I just noticed, What is this right here? Did I get the wrong cable? This is a cable with a micro USB on the end, not the magnetic charging. And, let me look in the box to see if there's an adapter for this, but otherwise, I'm not going to be able to get this thing charged up. That is really odd. Okay, we'll take a look at that in a bit. Got a bag of screws and anchors right here. That's going to be for the mount. And then we've got the mounting plate. So apparently this doesn't come apart. You're going to screw in the mounting plate and then you'll lock it in from there. Okay, so looking at the box right here, it does say it's supposed to come with a micro USB cable, which I'm absolutely blown away with. It took me a while to actually find it. There was nothing on the battery because Ring puts theirs on their batteries. If we take a look in here, so we can't use that, pop this open, and I don't see micro USB until I get to the side over here. So there's the micro USB port to get this thing charged up, but I cannot charge this with the cables they provided. I'm gonna have to take this down every single time. Now I did notice on the box too, it did mention here that you can get a solar panel and an outdoor PA cable. So those are optionals and sold separately, but from what comes in the box, Arlo is making this just more difficult than it needs to be. When I got the Arlo Pro 3 and the Arlo Ultra, they came with the right power that just plugged in right here. Anyway, I'm done ranting. I'm really frustrated, but let's get this thing set up and start testing it out. Boy, I still cannot believe we only got a micro USB cable in this box right here. For as expensive as this camera is, and for them to have just the convenience of magnetic charging here at the bottom. I mean, the Pro 3 came with it, the Ultra came with it. Why wouldn't the Pro 3 with Floodlight also come with the magnetic charging cable? Just to give you guys an idea, here is the cable from my regular Pro 3. This is the magnetic charging cable, and it is so convenient. It's one of the things that I think Arlo does better than anything else is their charging. With this magnetic charger being able to just go up, put the charger on there, it magnetically connects, and then you take it off. You don't have to worry about water getting into it. You don't have to worry about dust or anything like that. It just goes up, you charge it, you can leave it there or pull it off if you need to. I do have several of the Arlo solar panels. We did a video on that if you guys want to check it out. Just so convenient to use this right here. So for the fact that they are now only providing you a cable to where you have to actually take this out, plug it in, essentially taking your camera down to charge it, because from what I've seen in the box, there's no other way to charge this battery unless you're gonna buy the additional batteries and additional chargers that come with it. But that is one thing that I have trouble with Arlo, is that they really skimp on their accessories. Instead of just including everything that I need in the box and the best of what I need in the box, they're gonna give you the bare bones and then make you buy the accessories later. Okay, enough of my ranting. Let's get this thing set up and see what it is capable of. All right, so we've got the app loaded up on my phone. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scroll all the way down to the bottom. We're gonna click on Add New Device. We're gonna click on Lights, and we're gonna select the Floodlight Cam. It's gonna tell you everything that comes in the box here. We're just gonna scroll through everything and then click on Continue. Now, one reason I wanted to show you this is because this camera right here does not require a hub. All other Arlo cameras in the past have required a hub that you have to connect to. This camera right here, you have the option of either connecting to the hub or connecting directly to your 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Now, the benefit of having the hub is that you can have external storage plugged into it. However, that feature is pretty weak. I'm not happy at all with what Arlo did with it. I feel like they are sandbagging that feature a lot. It is a pain to get around. And instead of making that a good option, they're really trying to force you into paying for that monthly subscription. Now, going back to the app here, we can either connect it to my Pro 3 Smart Hub, my Ultra Smart Hub, or at the bottom I can connect without a Smart Hub. I'm gonna go ahead and select the Pro 3 because that is where I have my hard drive plugged into it. So we're gonna select the Pro 3. I'm gonna go through the rest of this setup. We're gonna do the updates, and then I'll quickly show you some features that this camera offers. Okay, so the firmware update has been done. Now let's take a look at the features in the app. I've got a view of the camera right here. We can see it's got the Arlo floodlight. If I click on the play button, it's gonna bring up a live view of what the camera is looking at right now. It takes a while for the live view to load up, which is probably the biggest problem with Arlo cameras. They're kind of sluggish. But now that we have the live view loaded up, you can see up in the top left corner, it says 2K, so we're viewing it in 2K. Below the image right here, we've got a slider, so I can actually turn the light on. So the light just turned on, and then we can set the slider right here to turn the brightness of the light right here. So we can do it right here. We don't have to actually go into the camera. We can do it right here on the home screen, which is nice. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off, and then right above that toggle is a little gear icon. So we're gonna click on that, and that's going to bring up the different settings. So with a new install of this camera, we have a 3-month Arlo Smart trial. You can see that the device is on. I do like that you can turn the device on and off, because there'll be some occasions where it's really windy and it's getting triggered a lot, or we have a lot of people over and I'm just getting notifications a lot. I actually do like the feature where I can just go in there, turn the device off, and turn it back on at a later date. Battery's at 52%. We can see the hub I'm connected to. We've got camera LEDs. We've got a whole bunch of different stuff in here. Device utilities. It's going to be camera positioning, motion detection tests, so you can set those up. And then down here, we've got a category for light settings. So click on there. Low light settings are going to go from dusk to dawn, so I like that that is an option. We've got our brightness level, so we can go anywhere from 5% all the way up to 100%. So when my light turns on, 100% is good to me. Light behavior is constant, meaning it's always going to stay on, and the duration is 5 minutes. So when the light is triggered, you can go anywhere from 1 minute all the way up to 20 minutes of that light being on before shutting off. Now granted, the longer you have it on, the more battery it's going to use, so keep that in mind. We can go to video settings. So in here, we can adjust screen brightness, local 2K live streaming. So I did turn that on in the settings here when I was initially looking through. Also want to have auto HDR on. That is good right there. Auto zoom in tracking, I don't recommend using it. It's really gimmicky. I do not like that feature at all. I would leave that one off. We've got night vision, rotating, power management. So for the sake of the test, I did set it to best video. Typically it is set to optimized by default. And then video modes, it was set to wide by default, which is going to give you a bit of a fisheye look. I went and I set mine to standard for the testing here. If we take a look, we can also set up activity zones. So you're going to click on the plus sign up here, and you can set up different activity zones area of where you want the motion to actually be detected. I'm going to go ahead and actually delete this one. I don't want any activity zone set up. And then we've got audio settings. So here are the different audio settings here. Okay, I'm going to get this thing set up outside, and then we're going to test out not only the quality of the camera, but also how bright this light gets at night. All right, we're doing an audio and video test of the new camera here. We got it all set up. I've got the sun kind of right in my face, so we're seeing that full bright sun, but this is what it looks and sounds like. I'm about 15 feet away from the camera, just to give you guys an idea. I'm going to back all the way up out here, so we're about 20 feet away. So we're about 20 feet away right now, and I just want to give you guys an idea of what this looks and sounds like in bright sun. We're going to be taking a look at what it looks like once the sun goes down, and then a night shot after that. All right, we're doing one more test. The sun has finally gone down. We got more shade back here. Lighting is a little bit better. Just want to give you guys a different idea and a different look of what the camera looks like with that 2K image. Now that we've seen what it looks like right now, let's take a look at some night shots. Holy cow. All right, we are testing out the floodlights on the Arlo Pro 3 floodlight. This thing is absolutely insane. I'm laughing because this is just ridiculously bright. I cannot believe that this is coming from a battery-powered camera. This thing is absolutely insane. I love this thing. But one thing that I found is that I wasn't able to turn the lights off. It's either night vision off or on, but I wasn't able to have the lights turn off, say if I didn't want these lights to turn on. So it looks like it's an all or nothing thing. You're either going to turn the whole camera system off, or you're going to have the lights on. But this is what the camera looks like with the colored night vision and what it's producing. What do you guys think? Yeah, so this is how bright it actually gets out here. This is shot on the iPhone 12, but I just want to give you guys a different perspective on the brightness of it. But this is how bright it gets out here. This is insane. Absolutely incredible how bright that thing gets. All right, everybody, we have covered a lot in this video today. I am blown away at how bright that light is. I mean, it goes up to 3,000 lumens, so I guess I shouldn't be, but out of a battery-powered camera, this thing is very impressive. Now, one thing to keep in mind, though, is that if you do want to get up to the 3,000 lumens, you're going to have to shell out another $50 to buy the magnetic power cable. And yes, I am still bitter that they did not include one in the box. But that appears to be typical Arlo. They want you to shell out more, not only in accessories, but also in monthly subscription fees. So as long as you're aware of that going into purchasing this camera, I don't think you're going to be disappointed at all. This is still a very impressive camera. I love the quality that it's putting out in that 2K version. And I'd have to say, hands down, out of all of the floodlight cameras out there, this is probably going to be the best one. So I would recommend it if this is something you guys are looking for. If you guys want to know any more about the Arlo products, check out the link below to reviews.org. If you guys want to see more from me, check out my YouTube channel, Steve Does, where I do a lot of cool tech reviews. If this video is helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you like it. As always, I want to thank you for joining me here at reviews.org, and I'll see you in the next video.